But it was so amazing. I walked into the locker room, saw my name on the locker, and then they took me to the back where the equipment room. And so the equipment room at the time, it looked like, shucks, they had all of the face masks that, you could choose from. It looked like a Foot Locker where, you had Nike, Reebok, Under Armour. They were like, what cleats do you want? What cleats do you like? You like mid, lows. I was just like in there shopping, right? And so they fitted me for my helmet. At that time, they were actually stitching my last name on the jersey, on my practice jersey, so I could see it all going down while I was in there. And I had just signed the contract, and so I was just like, man, this is amazing. And so, like I said, it happened so fast that as soon as everything was done, as far as me getting fitted for everything, they took me right into the meeting, offensive meeting, where everybody was watching film. And so I walk into the offensive meeting. You got Donovan McNabb greeting me. At the time, we had Mike Vick, DeSean Jackson, Brian Westbrook, LeSean McCoy, Jeremy Macklin, guys like that, Jordan Norwood. And so, it was just amazing to walk into the locker room and into the meeting room and see these guys that I had like played the video game with when I was in college. Like I was playing with Donovan McNabb and Mike Vick in '04 when I that year, my senior year in ship. So on Madden. And so just, kind of being in that space and having that opportunity was amazing. And then it was kind of like switch clicked off and it was like, all right, back to work when we got on the field. And Donovan McNabb would always give me my props for the way I ran routes. And at the time I was 250, my routes was extremely smooth. Played for Andy Reid. You know how he likes his tight end.